What up, though? And welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Rex.
What up, though?
Yo, Young Sus, a.k.a. Chris Pilotti. In the TD booth, my guy JB Smooth, the ones and twos. We got a jam-packed show for you guys today. Obviously, we're talking Detroit Pistons. I'm super excited. We got my guy Matt Kowalis joining us. If you guys don't know, that's Moneyline_Matt from Twitter. Professional better, by the way. Works with FanDuel. I made a little parlay today, Spin. You actually helped me out a little bit.
Yeah, I saw it. It's pretty. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
You know,
here, we got it.
free.
We got it right here.
You got it right there.
Okay.
Let's see it.
Right here.
We'll see what Matt K thinks, but you know, I'm feeling good. Obviously, I want to put it in. It was a risk-free boy, so
It's a risk-free, yeah.
you know,
risk-free.
Put $9 on it, not
That's a
10.
lot. How many legs?
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 leg parlay.
Boy, what you mean?
That payout got to be stupid.
Nah, I mean, what was it, 400 something?
For
Yeah, you said
$9.
It's like
$400
$450. We also have Young Nips in the building, aka Own Owes Us, coming in hot. You were a little sad today, man. What's going on?
Sad?
Yeah, you came in. You were like,
Well,
Not your
all my
nippliest.
sports teams suck.
oh, that's very true.
I love sports, so that's that's my life, man.
Honestly.
But maybe one day, maybe the Red Wings could be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Red Wings look
that was
pretty
so
good.
unfortunate that loss they had. Like,
Yeah.
it just kept. It's like, oh, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't have high hopes for the Pistons. The only thing would be the Red Wings at the moment.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But if Michigan State somehow pulled out a victory over Michigan, that's their Super Bowl right there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Though.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
not.
Real quick, if I may, I hopped in the Morning Woodward chat this morning, from 8 to 10. Make sure you guys check it out Monday through Friday. And my guy, Jeff, his birthday's tomorrow, by the way, guys. Make sure you guys wish him a happy birthday. But he was going at me a little bit for the Kayvon Aiden situation.
Yeah.
From his viewpoint, I guess it sounds like he thought I was calling him a bust. I'm absolutely not calling him a bust. But he's trying to dismiss the conversation. No, it's a conversation. You know what I'm saying? It was a conversation when they got drafted. It was Kayvon, and another thing too, to even have to have the take that I said, I feel like it's not outlandish at all because heading into the draft, Kayvon was perceived as a guy with the higher ceiling.
Yes.
And Aiden was just the most pro ready.
Yeah.
And that was kind of across the board. So it shouldn't be considered a bad take or even a surprise to anyone that Kayvon's outperforming Aiden to this point.
He's not, though, but,
He is. I mean, on film, for me, stats are getting there. I mean, obviously he's two sacks less. But I can tell you that on, Kayvon's sack, he beat a tackle. A lot of Aiden's were, that stunt we came through clean with Kaminsky, which he may be coming back. I guess he's back at practice. DJ Chark not looking so good, not practicing today, but Amon-Ra and DeAndre Swift return to practice today.
that's good.
That is good. We're gonna need it.
We're definitely going to need it.
I just hope they're actually healthy too, though.
Hopefully they, sign Leon Sandcastle or somebody
Yeah.
and bring
Who
him
is
in.
that?
You don't know who Leon
What?
Sandcastle
You know
is?
that
Who
commercial?
the fook is that guy?
It was Deion Sanders. He
You've never seen that commercial.
redid the NFL draft.
That's
Dude, it's
hilarious.
a
And he, wore an
You've
afro
never
and a
seen that
mustache.
bit? That's
I
great.
probably have. I just didn't remember it, I guess.
We're gonna
as much
need
as you guys
somebody.
did.
We're gonna need him or Lawrence Taylor or anything.
Kenneth Walker.
If Kenneth Walker can play linebacker, yeah, we could use him. That'd be real nice because I'm not worried about the offense really. I'm not. I'm worried about the defense. Obviously, I'm worried about Jared Goff getting harassed by Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, but
Yeah.
I'm worried about the defense doing anything, especially if Dak's back, which he practiced today.
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott, who you said you're more scared. You said you're more scared of Cooper Rush than you are
Dude,
Dak Prescott.
I'm not
You're not
more
just- you
scared
said
of
that?
Cooper
You
Rush.
said that, yeah.
This
When
is
you
why I
say
said
that?
while with a couple of drinks in my hands. A couple of drinks in my hand.
It was on air.
I know. We have drinks in
He's
our
like, I
hands.
have a problem.
You had some
So it was
some
Monday.
water.
It was Monday then?
Yeah, it was Monday. And honestly, I still feel this way.
Why?
So this is my theory. And by the way, I definitely don't think we're going to beat the Cowboys. I hope so, but obviously I can't formulate a scenario where we do. But my theory was Dak was in a position to prove he's the guy because of Cooper Rush, the way he started the season with the Cowboys. He technically, as a quarterback up until obviously the Eagles game this past Sunday, was undefeated as the Cowboys quarterback, and the conversations were starting up until the Eagles game. But no, that was my theory 2 weeks ago. Yeah, in the bye week, which is still. I mean, maybe he is trying to show out a little bit. the game he played with them against, granted, it was definitely against a better defense, but 14 of 29, 134 yards.
Yeah.
What?
Not
No, say it. No talk.
just Dak all the way. I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say.
I'd much rather see Cooper Rush than Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Again, my theory was he's going to be trying to do a little bit too much.
For sure, yeah. I don't know.
I feel like it's a fair theory. I'm not saying like for sure he's going to like underperform like versus what Cooper Rush would do, but I think a theory that him trying to show out would definitely like be a scenario you could see.
Yeah, I don't care if
Proving
it's
like, hey,
Dak
I'm the guy.
Prescott. I don't care if it's Cooper Rush. I don't care if it's Blake
Zappy
Bortles,
Zane.
Zappy Zane, Uncle Rico.
Blake Bortles
The
did
Lions
beat us.
ain't winning this game.
Rico.
I'll tell you that right now.
Blake Bortles did beat us
Blake Bortles was a dog.
at home.
Doing
We've lost
construction,
to a lot of
doing
quarterbacks, let's be
construction and
honest.
ripping cigs.
PJ Walker beat us.
What do you do every morning when you wake up? Probably take a piss. Blake Bortles is the
He's
goat.
a real one.
He's the goat.
I would have a beer with that guy.
I would too.
Yeah. Dak may be rusty coming off a hand injury, says Zeka in the Woodward Sports chat. I hope
Rushing?
so. His thumb was the issue. And he said he was ready to play last week, so I
Over
doubt.
under
What up? I'm listening.
300 passing yards.
Oh, man, 300? That's a lot. I don't even... Under.
Under.
Yeah.
JB over under
Why do you think I
300.
was just throw 300 yards on us?
I'm going to take the under on that one.
All
No.
right.
That's a lot,
I would go
bro.
over.
You're gonna go over.
Smash the over.
Over 300 yards?
Dude, you're forgetting this is like the worst defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
Sus?
Oh.
Come on,
I'm gonna
bye week.
go over. I'm gonna go over.
I'm gonna go over as well.
Yeah.
Sus is the... He
Unless
doesn't count.
Jared Jacobs plays. Yeah.
He's a cricket
He
fan.
just throws darts at a board. Over on that one. We're gonna do under here.
That's how I do all my weekly pick'ems and all my football takes.
Yeah.
It's just a dartboard in
Spin
my
a wheel.
head, and I'm just throwing them just wherever it lands. That's where I'm at.
That makes
If they
sense.
sound important, I'm going with it.
Sounds about right.
Sounds like, yeah, I got Dak for 300 yards, 6 rebounds.
two
assists.
steals,
Couple home runs.
Easily at least one
The
block out
Lions are
there.
going to have to get him off the spot, though. Because, if you're a quarterback and you're like, oh, man, I'm coming back after an injury. Oh, but I'm playing the Detroit Lions. Like, yeah, let's go. That's a dub. That's no problem. They're not going to touch me. Guys are going to be wide open. Running game's going to get – Zeke's going to go crazy. Tony Pollard's going to look good. Like, the Lions will have to get Dak off his spot. The Lions will have to make Dak uncomfortable, obviously.
Historically bad defense.
Yes.
Hurts. Coming off a bye week, though.
No,
so
Hurts
there's
is
extra
week
prep.
one. We're playing Prescott.
He's just
Good one.
confused.
Hashtag dad jokes.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think about LeBron last night?
What about him?
I would think of night one of NBA. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
By the way, if we were to revisit,
Good? He's
I
good?
just don't know where
I
it's
don't know
going.
what you want me to say.
what, the NBA, didn't the NBA not just happen last
No,
night?
yeah. I think he looked good.
I want to revisit real quick. I should actually cut the clip for this one. Spinny. My guy James Harden
Yeah,
went off.
he did.
I said, and now let's get this out of the way too. Like when this topic came up, and you guys might even know what the hell we're talking about, but back in Studio B, we got in a heated ass argument.
Yeah.
poor Mikey G. But one of the arguments were like, who would you rather sign to a max contract? Actually, Sus, I'm glad you're here for this one.
Yeah.
It was DeAndre Ayton or James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we didn't want to sign either of them. Let's get that out the way.
Yeah.
Like we were.
It was
on
like
board.
if you had
If you
gun
had
to your
to.
head, you got to sign one of them.
Yeah, I picked James Harden. Give me the former MVP.
Yeah.
I was clowned for it. Last night, James Harden trending. James Harden tweeted on Twitter.
More than 20.
But last night, we rate me like we were that day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
James Harden's still a bum.
Bum?
He's not a bum.
I was gonna say.
No, I hate James. And
A
he
bunch,
doesn't even.
maybe,
He doesn't
but a
have the
bum, no.
max. The only reason
yeah,
the Sixers signed him was because
Yeah.
he took a pay cut. Like,
No, yeah.
he still plays no defense. They still lost.
They did still lose.
Yeah.
Dude was balling, though. Yeah, they got that. Chuck was talking about it last night. The dribble. Max. Yeah, Maxey, Harden.
Yeah.
Same camp with that one. But you're taking Ayton then, Sus?
I mean, if that's the choice, I want neither, like everybody
For
said.
sure, for sure. Gun to the head.
Yeah, I'm taking Ayton because Harden, they lost by like 15 points. Like, he played good, but They lost by like 15 points, so he's not a bum. He's more like a munch than a bum.
He's a munch.
Harden's a munch. Yeah. Definitely a munch. Strip
Definitely
club.
a munch.
He has his jersey retired in the strip club.
Yeah.
Dude's for sure a munch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What you
Probably
want to
legendary
say, Nips?
Munches
I
and
just
bunches
wanted to
of
ask one final time before the Pistons finally tip off, right?
Uh-huh.
You said over the summer, Kevin Durant, if he was traded to the Pistons, giving up all that stuff,
Yeah.
that they would be in the NBA Finals. Do you still think that?
I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
Yes, you did.
I know.
You said they'd win a championship with Kevin Durant and Kate Cunningham.
It wasn't this year. I said the next year would be the case. Yeah, for sure. I still for that. Healthy Kevin Durant, 100%. Give me a healthy KD. What?
We're just unearthing all Easy's bad takes right before the season starts.
You would call them bad takes. James Harden looked great last night. DeAndre Ayton's still a third option.
In a loss.
Was never winning. It was never winning before Chris Paul got there.
James Harden wasn't winning before Chris Paul got there.
James Harden was winning before Chris Paul got there.
Not like that.
Definitely was still winning before Chris Paul got there. I mean, not like that. It still was winning. DeAndre Ayton was in the lottery as a number 2 option.
James Harden's never been a number 2 option. He's
always
always
older.
had stars.
Sure. Well, I wouldn't say number 2 option, but him and Chris definitely shared the ball fairly well.
Yeah.
You know?
He also lost 100 pounds over the offseason, supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Did you
He was
see
in
it?
shape.
He's a munch. He wasn't munching over the offseason.
And by the way, unearthing bad takes. So you're saying if we added KD to this team, by next year they wouldn't be contending for a championship?
Just Cade and KD.
No.
That's what you
no,
said.
They're not.
You guys are
They're
wild.
not.
That's
Wild.
It was
We
he
spent
would,
an
you would have to
entire
give
hour
up,
on
what was it? Ivy, Bay, and somebody else.
it was like a few firsts.
Kevin Durant, bro. And just to say that you
What
guys
has Kevin Durant done outside of
win
playing on
championships
the best
and
team
Finals MVPs?
in the history of the NBA?
Yeah.
Playing in the
become
best-
the MVP of the league, be the most unguardable player possibly ever?
Has he won a championship without Steph Curry and Klay Thompson?
No, he hasn't.
No. So you can't do it with James Harden and Kyrie Irving. Can't do it with Russell Westbrook and James Harden.
Right.
You can't,
Well, I'm
you
not
think you
counting
can
the
do
James
it
Harden
with
situation.
just Cade Cunningham?
We'll be more than just Cade Cunningham by next year, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we looked at
Right.
Cade Cunningham, Kristaps Porzingis.
If
and,
we-
they're
That'd be nice.
If Leah want to bang your mama with KD and K, then we could talk.
yeah.
That'd be lit.
I
That'd be wild.
don't know.
For me to hear you guys say that, this is my opinion. You don't believe in Cade the way you say you do.
That's
If Cade's like what you think he's gonna be, and you don't think him and KD would be an amazing pairing, that's just
That would be an amazing pairing.
yeah.
just wild to me.
But we also would have nothing else.
Yeah.
We would
the
have
point.
more though. Next
you
year,
say
you
that,
would.
but we wouldn't though.
Yeah.
Like we're
What
saying,
do you
just
mean we
Cade,
wouldn't? We're just
KD.
gonna have KD and Cade, and we're not gonna make any type of free agent signings or trades. Like,
Who else are we gonna get? We've looked at this before. You
Yeah.
said Kristaps. You got really excited when you saw Kristaps.
that would be lit. I
Yeah,
would take
it was-
Kristaps. Tell us about Lady James though.
It's like
Because
Kristaps, Chris
KD,
Middleton,
his hair wild.
Russell Westbrook. Chris Middleton would be good. But come to Lady Jane's if you need a haircut. Because as you know,
Disrespecting
we
Cade.
broadcast this show live from the headquarters of Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Birmingham. It's definitely awesome when I get off the show. If I want to, take a couple inches off, maybe clean up my dead ends, I can sit in one of those chairs, and I know Bethany or Alyssa will take care of me. So I highly recommend you get into a Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men near you and let them treat you like a king as well. They are open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime. Before you know it, your hair will be game ready. So like I said, man, get into a Lady Jane's. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. No appointment necessary because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
What's going on, everybody? It's time to talk about Mike Phillips. Not Wade Phillips, Mike Phillips. Because Thursday, October 27th, you can join Armani and Edwards with Maz live in Dearborn. Braylon Ryan and Maz will be on site at Michael Phillips' Keller Williams office in Dearborn. Braylon will be doing a meet and greet after the show at 4:30, and stick around for a trunk and treat in the Keller Williams parking lot at 6 p.m. Food trucks, costumes, and more. All from Mike Phillips and his wonderful staff at Keller Williams.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Rex.
What up, though?
We are live at WoodwardSports.com, Monday through Friday from 5 to 7. We got Young Sus in the TV booth, a.k.a. Chris Pilati, and my guy JB Smooth with the 1s and 2s, and Young Nips joining us. Owen owes us from Michigan State. I want to ask you this, guy, coming back from the break, coming off the KD and K conversation, and then we'll move on. We'll talk Detroit Lions, I promise you. And the Sus section, I want you to input on this one, too. Which duo would you rather have to build around? Kevin Durant and Cade Cunningham, or Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown?
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Wow. All right.
So Kevin Durant's going to be out of the league in like 4 years.
I agree with Spencer.
Yeah.
Sus? I'm taking Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, too. Like, Jason Tatum could be an MVP in this league, and Jaylen Brown is a certified all-star. And Cade is great, but... Cade is great, but KD, like you said, just wrong timing.
Yeah. If it was KD, 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd take him, but.
Wow. All right. That's crazy. Like, so KD wasn't good last year?
Yeah, he was.
Was he elite last year?
Yeah.
All right.
For sure.
But the other duo is just better. Like.
Jaylen Brown's better than Cade Cunningham?
Right now, yes.
Right now, yeah.
Right now, yeah.
Next year?
Maybe not.
Who knows?
Kevin Durant's also 34 years old. I don't want to build my team around a 34-year-old.
LeBron's 37.
Okay. And he's LeBron James. Like, come on.
Kevin Durant. Like,
Kevin Durant is not LeBron James.
He's also good coaching, and everything that's around the Celtics made them into the finals. Like, you saw they were a 500 team literally for 2 years. And then all of a sudden, with great coaching and some few roster moves, they became an NBA Finals contender. So it goes back to Spencer's point. Like, do you have around Cade Cunningham and Kevin Durant? Yes, those two can win a championship together, but what do you have around it? So that's why the conversation is kind of pointless.
I'd rather have Cade and KD for sure all day, personally. But moving on, talking Detroit Lions.
And, Jason Tatum's 24.
It's fine.
And he got his team to the finals last year.
Cade's what, 21?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so yeah, you get 10 years out of Cade Cunningham and 4 out of Kevin Durant.
If my goal is a chip, yeah, I mean, give me Kevin Durant and Cade Cunningham. I think Cade Cunningham.
You didn't say who are you winning a championship with. You said who are you building your team around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather build my team around
4 years of Kevin Durant
and Kevin Durant. Yeah, 100%. KD even like
compared to 10 of Jason Tatum.
Even if KD's not like what he was last year or what he's going to be again this year, what is he, 6'10"?
Yeah,
wetting it from all over the court. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still run a half-court offense with him, even when he's just a still shooter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you can run a half-court offense with Jason Tatum, too, and he's 10 years younger.
That's all right. But Kevin Durant's better than Jason Tatum, like, without a doubt.
It's pretty close last year.
Okay.
In that playoff series it was, but I think there's a gap.
Yeah, I
mean, Tatum definitely a better team in that situation.
I definitely think Kevin Durant's better, but
and as amazing as Kyrie is individually, like, not a team guy. Like, I'm not like setting out to win championships with Kyrie Irving. Like, he did it with LeBron James, but it's LeBron freaking James.
But I thought it's Kevin Durant. So why can't Kevin Durant do it?
Dude, I mean, he was even banged up. The whole series was. Yeah, I got him now. Yeah, but you act like you don't know the scenario of that whole series.
Thank you.
Dudes were like halfway hurt.
Yeah.
The year before too. That is one thing I would say with KD that I would be worried about. Like, in that scenario, is like the injuries. KD.
Yeah. No, like I said,
whole career,
KD is
really,
definitely
think about it, too.
Still better than Tatum. But in 3 years, will he be? No. In 4 years, will he be? No.
Yeah, definitely not in 3 years. 2 years though.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, well, I'd say like next year.
So your window, you're banking your whole future off of a 1 year window.
Yes. When's the last time we've been to the playoffs, bro?
That's
like,
crazy to me.
give me that all day. Are you like? I don't even understand why this is like
the playoffs is your
Playoffs?
That's your bank now?
No, I'm telling you, championship. I'm telling you, they could win a championship.
Playoffs, though.
Playoffs.
Yeah, well, like you said, you have a 1 year window with Kevin Durant.
I couldn't say it happened this year for sure. I can't say that.
And
But no,
he's
backtracking a little bit.
He's going to be
They'll
36 years old, and his body is the way he is built
be
as a
35.
human being.
Right, skinny.
Is probably not going to hold up.
I'm still taking it all day. It's Kevin freaking Durant, bro. I don't even understand. Like, I just don't. I mean, like, you guys, I truly, like, there's no way you believe all the bullshit you guys have ever said about Cade Cunningham if that's, like, how you feel.
I do.
You don't.
I do.
You don't. Because if Cade's what you... Tell me what your upside with Cade Cunningham. Like, what do you think he'll be?
I think
best version of Cade Cunningham. Solo cam in for this,
I think he'll be an all-pro player. I think he'll be an all-NBA player. I think he'll be a top 3 point guard in the league.
Say it one more time.
I think he'll be a top 3 point guard in the league.
So, and you don't think that paired with alongside Kevin Durant, seeing what Kevin Durant was last year?
I think Cade will be that in 4 to 5 years. And I think Kevin Durant
4 to 5 years from
will
now?
be,
Yes.
I think it happens sooner than that.
When?
Yeah,
What-
next year?
Maybe, but
numbers?
not his
Yeah,
peak.
I think-
you
yeah.
asked what his peak was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I think his literal physical prime and his
solo cam for this
basketball
so I can
prime
type something in the chat
will
real
be
quick.
around 24 to 25 years old. So
Yeah.
that is about 4 years away. And Kevin Durant will be 38 years old at that point. So I don't get this.
I think it'd be as soon as next year.
You think he's going to be a top 3 point guard in the league next
I
year?
think he could be a top 3 point guard, yes, as soon as next year. Look at John Morant. What's John Morant right now?
He's not.
And what year is this for him?
I don't think he's a top 3 point guard in the league.
What year is this for Ja? His fourth?
Third.
This is his fourth now.
Yeah.
Cade can, yes. If you believe Cade is what Cade's going to be, and we saw from
I don't think
from
it's
the
gonna happen next year.
All-Star game on last year, yeah, Cade can be that as soon as next year. I believe so. If he's given the leash to like find out what he can be, yeah. That's part of the reason, and I definitely know I'm gonna get hate for this one, but that's part of the reason I didn't love the Jaden Ivey pick. You know, just let Cade be Cade. Let him have the ball in his hands. Let him make all the decisions. Let him get guys open. You know what I'm saying? That's just where I'm at with it.
Like I said, Cade and Kevin Durant, that would be a great combination if Kevin Durant was like 4 or 5 years younger.
Zayka in the Woodward Sports Chat says, Ja ain't even better than Trey.
John Trey's a good debate.
That's a good debate. Yeah.
So who's top 3 point guards right now?
Steph Curry.
For sure.
Luka.
Luka
point guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Then it is
who you ever
probably
want to throw in there? Damian Lillard.
Dame, Trey,
Trey Young.
Ja. That's the conversation.
That's tough, man. I feel like Trey's slept on
Would you
too.
think that Cade's gonna be a top 3 point
Kyrie
guard?
Irving's up there.
I think he can be in
Next
the
year?
conversation as soon as next year, yeah. If he's given free reign to become what he can be, 100%. I don't understand why you like breathing heavy like Josh did it. We've seen Trey do it quickly.
But
Like-
Ja's not currently a top 3, is what we just agreed on, right?
Well, it was conversation. Like I definitely think it could be a conversation because that number 3 spot is debate, right? Like,
NBC Sports has him at 7.
who? Trey?
Ja.
Ja.
It's Steph. They have Steph, Luka, Dame, Kyrie, Trey, Chris Paul, Ja Morant.
And I grade my players differently too. Like I grade my basketball players more so off like team like wins. Because I get guys can be individually great. Your guy Carmelo. I know you guys are both Carmelo guys, but like the wins.
Watch it.
Hey, I'm just saying though. You know what I'm saying? The wins wasn't there. It's like Russ. Russ could be like individually great, right? Average triple double all season.
Yeah.
Out the first round of playoffs.
Nobody put Russ in that category though.
Yeah.
I mean, Russ is a
when he
great
did the
player. He's not
triple-double
a great
thing, they were saying
leader
that.
or point guard though.
Yeah, I'm just saying like there's certain players like that. Like as much as I love Dame, and in terms of I just like love watching him play ball. Dude goes all out. I'm starting to question like, is he that?
I mean, you
can
can only do so much, especially in the West. When you don't have anybody on your team. CJ McCollum, he's a good player.
That's what I'm saying. CJ McCollum's a
McCollum's
dog.
a good player. He's not. I wouldn't say he's a dog. I wouldn't say he's
CJ
the
McCollum's a
caliber
dog.
of a running mate that these other guys have. CJ McCollum's a good player.
CJ McCollum could definitely be a number 2 on a championship team.
I don't think so.
No way.
Yeah, no.
CJ, no?
No.
Prime CJ McCollum.
No.
No, they weren't even. Hold on.
He was the number 2.
They weren't even in the playoff. They weren't even in like the finals.
That's why I'm questioning Dame. What were you saying?
They weren't even in the finals. Like the one year they got to the Western Conference Finals was a total lucky break. And don't get me wrong, breaks have to happen a lot of times. But still, no, not even close. They got road-killed by that Warriors team. He's no way in his prime could he ever be a number 2 on a championship team.
Can you tell me who's on that Warriors team?
Yes, it's a very good Warriors team. Okay. I get that point, but it's still at the end of the day. You're saying,
I mean, you got to beat that team if you want to win a championship.
To win a championship,
for sure.
But to be a championship team, you have to beat the best teams.
That's
in the
league. An all-time team.
Yeah.
Was that the KD year?
That wasn't it? I believe it was.
Come on, guys. I take that Warriors team over the Bulls.
Okay, but Eazy, that's not refuting your point at all.
Why is it not refuting my point? No
because
one's beating that
to win a
Warriors team.
championship, you have to beat the team that is going to win a championship.
Yeah.
Like,
bro, that Warriors team was not getting beat by anyone. No one was beating that team.
Raptors did.
Dude, by the way,
you saw when Kevin Durant was in for
nobody
the
was
first
beating
half,
that Warriors team.
They were up by like 30, and then Kevin Durant got hurt, and the Raptors came back and won.
Yeah. Nobody was beating that Warriors team.
For sure.
So, for that to be like, yeah, but they didn't beat that Warriors team. Who was beating that Warriors team?
Easy. They were together for like 9 years, CJ and Dave.
That mean that doesn't. Who the hell's beating that Warriors team? Chris, tell me.
That Warriors team didn't exist for 9 years.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter.
How does that not matter?
What do you mean, how's that not matter? They had KD won 2 championships back to back. That was one of the greatest teams of all time.
We're talking about the Blazers.
Yeah, but I don't care who. Dame isn't beating that Warriors team. The 96 Bulls are beating that Warriors team.
So you blame you think about it and put it on Dame because he couldn't get past that Warriors team, but not against CJ.
Well, no, because like you said though, because Dame had 9 years, they were together 9 years. I'm saying we've seen more. He got to that Western Conference Finals that one time. Mm-hmm. Obviously lost to the Warriors. You're going to lose to the Warriors, but we've seen more of a sample size of him failing even to get back to the Western Conference Finals.
Literally has 2 series winning shots. Like, because
that ended a franchise.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
but he's still falling short.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to say...
Still think he's a top 3-point guard in the NBA.
Yeah, Dame.
Dude, he just gets disrespected.
Yeah, he does.
Dame does get disrespected. Kyrie or Dame?
Dame.
Yeah, probably Dame.
I'm with Dame, too.
If Kyrie wasn't a crazy person, I'd take Kyrie. Because, dude, the way Kyrie... He is a disgusting ball handler, disgusting finisher around the rim. The way he gets open, the way he can get to the lane. I've never seen a better finisher around the rim than Kyrie.
CJ's not number 2. They could have beat the Warriors with Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. Like what?
In 2 of the 9 years.
Jesus, that's wild. All right, guys, I'm gonna tell you about Centron. I'm sorry, we were way past the breaks, Benny. I apologize. Centron's official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings, and right now you can try their 6-pack sampler at CentronWorld.com/Red Wings. That's right, you can try the cranberry, the sugar-free, and the OG all in one pack. Okay. Make sure you guys check that one out at CentronWorld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Centron. Let's go Red Wings.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Hey everybody, it's Chris here to tell you about Custom Health Centers. Has summer left you feeling a little chubby? Custom Health Centers can take the willpower out of weight loss. No, not me too. I'm a perfect physical specimen. Whether you need to lose 20 or 120 could never be me, but Custom Health Centers can help you with that safely and quickly. Go to CustomHealthCenters.com or give them a call today at 844-789-THIN. Once again, that's 844-789-THIN.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
We got Young Sus in the TD booth, JB Smooth with the ones and twos, the cheese zips, messing everything up, as always. As always, guys.
You did start it.
Initially, you did start it, just as always. You're not allowed back on, all right? You're only allowed on for the
my friends
segments.
up at school call me the instigator, and I kind of instigated you guys
for
right
sure,
there.
For sure.
For sure.
But I'm not gonna lie, that's my favorite debate between you guys. Like, it's definitely most entertaining.
It's a wild one for me. I just I don't know. I guess I just think more of Kate Cunningham than you guys do.
No, you think more of a 38-year-old or 36-year-old.
I think wrong of a multiple time finals MVP and league MVP. But all right, moving on.
Guy who couldn't do anything without the best team in the history of the NBA.
I like how you guys keep going back and trying to transition the lines, but you keep throwing jabs.
Westbrook.
And James Harden and Serge Ibaka.
Dude, no. James Harden, they went to the finals at one time, and then James Harden was gone. And then guess who he's playing against? Possibly the greatest basketball player of all time, LeBron James. One of the greatest shooting guards, Dwayne Wade, the best defensive shooting guard, second best. Yeah, with no shit.
You act like good players don't have to overcome other good players.
No shit. Shit.
That's what happens in the NBA. You play pretty good players.
That's a superstar league.
Yeah,
and his stupid Giants feet cost him a finals appearance.
All right, see why mute it. Sorry, he's muted right now.
Either way,
because we got to get this out the way before we have our guy Matt K. Best join us to talk about the Detroit Pistons and some great bets in Detroit Pistons. First and foremost, though. This is graphic for this one, Sus. Odds have come out of who can become the next head coach of the Carolina Panthers. On that list is Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson at plus 950.
Don't like that.
Don't like it.
Yeah.
Don't like it. And what makes it a little bit more scarier is David Tepper, the owner of the Carolina Panthers, had come out and said he wants an offensive mind to lead this team with the next regime.
Yeah, I would too.
Like initially, I would dismiss this immediately, right? Because Ben Johnson hasn't been an offensive coordinator for a whole season yet.
Yes.
But then I sat back a little bit. Ben Johnson, I don't know if you guys know this, he's a walk-on quarterback for North Carolina, so I'm sure there's some ties there, just in the community and in state in itself. 2, Mike McDaniel was only offensive coordinator for 1 year under the San Francisco 49ers.
Yes.
Then become the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, which looked pretty damn good up until all the injuries happened with them. And even honestly, is still competing with a third-string quarterback at times. Then I do feel a little bit more nervous at this point.
Yeah, it makes me a little nervous. You don't like to see him come up in that situation. Hopefully, it's Kellen Moore. Just go take Kellen Moore. He used to play for the Lions, so it's kind of close. But you look at the Panthers, and they have the worst offense in the NFL. They're averaging 260 yards a game, only 90 yards on the ground with Christian McCaffrey. They're only averaging 17.2 points per game. So it makes sense that they want an offensive mind. It makes sense that they want to bring someone in there that's going to help Baker Mayfield be better. I wouldn't want the job personally if I'm a top offensive coordinator. I'm like, nah. I'm good on Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, Jets legend Sam Darnold. But you look at what they're doing in Carolina, they're going to fire sale everybody, is what they're talking about. So you expect them to get rid of Christian McCaffrey. You expect them to trade Brian Burns, Derek Brown. So what is a head coach going to be walking into there? I don't know if Ben Johnson is going to be that hot of a commodity to where he's already going to be getting a job, like you said, after a month, his first month of being a coordinator in the NFL. But it's scary to see him on that graphic. I mean, it makes me feel good because, like, okay, we were right about this guy. This guy knows what he's doing. But, man, first, I don't want to lose him because, man, I don't think Dan Campbell, man, can do the same thing, man. If we lose Ben Johnson, man, we might be right back next year to being 3-13 again, man. So that scares me. Losing Ben Johnson scares me. It really does. Because who would replace him? Who would you get? Is Hank Fraley? Is it Deuce Staley? I don't know about if those guys are the X's and O's kind of guys that Ben Johnson is. They're that kind of analytic, offensive genius is what he's called.
No one in this coaching staff is what Ben Johnson is.
Yeah. So
Ben Johnson, even when I looked up to see, obviously found out went to North Carolina as a walk-on as a quarterback. Dude studied mathematics and computer science. Like, dude is literal, like, borderline, like, genius in a way. I mean, you look at it too. Before you say like, "Oh, look at Mike McDaniel and he became the head coach after 1 year," well, it's because he went to the NFC Championship. We were saying with the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
And same sentiment. Ben Johnson took a bottom 10 offense in the Detroit Lions and took him to top 3 the following year.
Yes.
Now the season obviously hasn't played itself out, and we still have to see what that entails. But nonetheless, night and day difference with him under the helm. And we saw even just again, I always say this all the time, just a little sprinkle of him. Intricating on the offense last year. We saw them come alive.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you see him get a little bit of power, like you said last year. You see him install a little bit of a game plan of situational awareness, and that offense popped off, and Amon-Ra popped off. And we're like, where the hell was this guy all year? Why the hell was Anthony Lynn not using him like this? Because Ben Johnson knew what he was doing. Ben Johnson put him in situations to where he can succeed, to where he can excel as a player. So Lions fans will hate to see Ben Johnson go, and the Detroit Lions as an organization cannot let that happen. Martha Hamp, Sheila Ford Hamp, Martha Ford and Sheila Hamp need to sit in a room together and be like, yeah, we can't let Ben Johnson go. The Detroit Lions cannot let this happen. The Detroit Lions cannot let Ben Johnson walk out of those doors after what he's done to this offense. Like you said, through 5 games, he's made them a top 3 offense in the NFL. We all thought he was going to be better. We all thought this offense was going to be better.
Yeah.
But no one expected this.
For sure, and I get that part of it too, right? They actually had some weapons to work with this year. For sure, Jared Goff had like poop to work with last year.
Yep.
But on top of that, though, we've seen Ben Johnson incorporate himself in last year's offense.
Yes.
And he saw things turn around. That was the argument the Jared Goff lovers had. We're gonna have the second half of the season, and that's because of Ben Johnson. When the players hit the podium post games, they're like, "Yeah, thanks to Ben Johnson." I'm saying, like, they know he's like the big reason why they got stuff turned around. Like he is. And by the way, too, like beyond that, he was like renowned around the league. Zach Taylor, a guy who was in the Super Bowl last year as a head coach, was like, damn, I would have loved some Ben Johnson. I'm saying, unfortunately, they gave him the upgrade, so we couldn't take him. That's the one way you keep a guy on your team from leaving to another franchise if he's getting like a promotion. Obviously, we gave him that as an offensive coordinator. Even if they sat him in a room, we couldn't leave. He's going to become a head coach at that point.
I say we make him super offensive coordinator next year, so he can't leave. We give him anything he wants, like
assistant to assistant head coach.
This is the one thing that has been good for this Lions season. The one thing you can hang your hat on, the one thing you can be like, all right, that looks pretty good. The Lions look like they're doing a good job. Is Ben Johnson's offense. So Lions fans need to rally around that. Lions fans need to go downtown and stop Ben Johnson's plane from taking off if he's going to interview in Carolina. Like, they need to crowd the runway and make sure he cannot leave the city. Because you cannot let a guy like that escape your franchise if you're the Detroit Lions. You cannot let it happen. Yes, Cheese Nips.
Well, my biggest thing, obviously, for him, he wants to move up his career and everything like that. I guess the biggest question mark, there's been questions around Dan Campbell. Who would you rather have as head coach right now, Ben Johnson or Dan Campbell?
Ben Johnson. Like that's my solution to the issue, right? Because if he's going to become a head coach, we're going to lose him. Dan Campbell has had questionable moments. Like, people want to fire AG. I'm more. If I'm obviously in charge, and I'm not, but I'm more likely to fire Dan Campbell than I am AG. And I would then promote Ben Johnson just to keep him, bro. I mean, I said this before, too. Like, you look at Sean McVay. You look at, actually, Kyle Shanahan's the name I want to go to. Andy Reid, Bill Belichick. They started these coaching trees because the way that team was built and coached was with their philosophy. Like, Dan Campbell, as much as I love him as a go-get-em man and a badass dude, chewing his lip and all that stuff like that, he's not the X and O guy. He's not the philosophy guy. If you have a Ben Johnson, he's passing that on. You know what I'm saying? Other guys are coming up in the coaching reins with the knowledge that he has. And then you have your Mike McDaniels. You have your Kevin O'Connells. You know what I'm saying? Branch off of that. And it'd be okay to possibly lose him.
If that was the only way, if he came up to you and said, I'm going to be the head coach of the Carolina Panthers next year unless you fire Dan Campbell. Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, I mean...
Michael Jackson Thriller.
What are you, Lightning McQueen?
I was trying to Jay-Z one.
I am Speed.
I am Speed. But he's blazing. And it's tough. That is a tough thing.
Simpleton.
You want Dan Campbell to work out. You want Dan Campbell to get his time, but I think it would be more detrimental to this team to lose Ben Johnson than it would be to lose Dan Campbell.
Well, so would you do it? You put me in the spot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I probably would.
That's what I'm saying. If we see more Minnesota moments, off with his head.
But how quickly? You're not going to have as much time to, let that sit. If that Carolina does offer, are you going to be able to say? I mean,
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have to fire Dan Campbell this year. You can't even let it. You can't even let it hit where he has an interview with Carolina. You have to make him interim and then send a contract. But we have to go to break.
I just don't think that they're like willing to do that, though. Is what my opinion is.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Because
coaches' contracts are guaranteed. Dan Campbell's got a 6-year one.
That'd be a big move, and we love Ben Johnson. We love Dan Campbell. But the Lions' defense needs some work.
That
would take.
It would take major stones to do that.
Yeah. Just like it wouldn't take major stones to call Guardian Alarm because they're the only answer.
His mic, JB.
So if you need help on defense, make sure you hit up Guardian Alarm. They will keep you safe and give you peace of mind with their 24/7 local monitoring. They make sure the things that are important to you stay safe. All you have to do is call 1-800-STAY OUT. That's 1-800-STAY OUT right now, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Hey, man, you want to win some front row tickets to the Detroit Lions? I suggest you do your best Dan Campbell impersonation. Tag Woodward Sports and use the hashtag Woodward Front Row because it's exactly what you can do. You guys can win front row seats to Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers at Ford Field. When you guys send in your impersonation of Dan Campbell, it's easy. Why not? We do it anyway. When we're all pissed off watching the game, you make some dumb decision. I'm Dan Campbell. I go up work down. You do it anyway, right? Record yourself. Send it in on IG. Post it on IG or Twitter. Use the hashtag Woodward Front Row, and you could win front row tickets to Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers.
Man.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights, live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Rex.
What up, though?
We got Young Sus in the TD booth and JB Smooth with the 1s and 2s, and we are officially joined by my guy. This has been like a long time in the making. This was actually supposed to happen on a Speak Easy podcast. My guy, Matt Kowalis, Moneyline Matt. What up, though, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? What up, Eazy? What up, Spencer? How's everyone doing today?
Good, man.
Yeah, doing good. How about yourself?
Hey, good. Opening day for the Pistons. Can't be
Yes,
better.
sir.
Ready to talk some NBA, give some picks, plays. You guys know I do those same game parlays, so I'm ready to do it.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I actually have one I want to show you, but we get some basketball conversation. I actually met Matt through UFC conversations, so
nice.
we'll ask him a couple UFC 280 questions as well. But Matt, I haven't actually got to talk to you since the draft. How are you feeling about Jaden Ivey and this Pistons team as a general this year? In general.
Man, I'm excited for Jaden Ivey. I really do love his explosiveness, what he can add to this Pistons squad. You know, he's going to have his natural progression over the years. Definitely has to work on that jump shot. But I also think it helps being with someone like Cade Cunningham so he doesn't have to be the primary ball handler at all times. I still think he's going to get his usage. I still think he's going to get his opportunity to make plays. But it definitely helps that he has some of this young talent around him, again, like Cade Cunningham, like the Sadiq Beys of the world. You know, even someone like Killian Hayes, he can probably learn a little bit about who's coming off the bench. So I am very excited about it. We got a glimpse of it in the preseason, you know, when he split those defenders, came down for that dunk. And I think he's going to really add some excitement to the crowd, to the stadium as well. He's really of those just electric players who can change the momentum of a game with one play, and I'm definitely glad we have him.
Yeah, and that's, you know, we added another lottery pick over the summer. You added a guy in Jalen Duren, who fans are rightfully so very high on, a guy that fans think can come in and be a force. And he might have to early, because we saw Marvin Bagley is going to be out for, 3 to 4 weeks with that injury. So what can Pistons fans expect out of Jalen Duren, how he's going to be used, and his overall impact on the game?
You know, for me, when looking at Jalen Duren, I think a lot of it is going to come from some pick and roll. I think a lot of it is going to come defensively as well. I love Big Stu, don't get me wrong. He's a very exciting player. He's gritty. He's got that grind. But he is a little undersized for that center position. I like bringing Duren in, who is a little more athletic, too, can go up, get those blocks. Again, game-changing plays, on the defensive end of the basketball. So I think that's one thing, too, is he can come in, he can solidify that middle. And, we do, like guys like Cade Cunningham, he's a longer guard at this point in time right now. Like tonight, he's going against Cole Anthony, who's 6'3". Cade is 6'6". So I do think going forward, we're starting to get some advantages on the defensive end of the basketball. We just need to continue that natural growth.
Yeah.
100%. Man, this has been a long time coming. You guys don't even understand, because I know Matt's a basketball guy. Vegas has the Pistons at 29.5 over/under on the season total wins. Where are you sitting with that one?
So for that one, I'm going over. I am going over. I have the Pistons actually finishing 10th this season. In terms of teams I have ahead of them right now, I have the Celtics, of course, Bucks, 76ers, Heat, Cavs, Raptors, Knicks, Nets, and then I have the Pistons falling in there. I think we actually may have an opportunity to be in the play-in tournament. Just kind of has to depend on injuries, what may happen. But still, I do have us going over. I think that natural progression. The one guy I'm obviously looking at, and I think a lot of people are looking at, is Cade Cunningham and his natural progression. He can take that big step forward. And it's not just a big step forward in terms of points. It's in terms of assists, rebounds, defensively. And then another guy that I really look to is Sadiq Bey. You see him right behind me. But Sadiq Bey is one of my favorite players on the Detroit Pistons. Last year, I thought he really showed what he can do on the scoring side as well. That we all remember that one game where basically everyone was out and Sadiq had 50-plus points. He can be one of those scorers. And then we also added someone like Bogdanovich, who also helps to really space the floor. We got guys like Cade Cunningham who can drive to the basket, Jaden Ivey who can drive to the basket. You want those guys on the wing like Sadiq Bey, like Bogdanovich, who can hit those threes and make that defense stay out. That only creates more space for Cade. That only creates more space for Ivey in the pick and roll. So again, I like that next step forward, and I like us to go over that win total.
Let's go. Matt, this is my guy, Chris Pilati, a.k.a. Young Sus. He's a technical director, big basketball guy. I made sure he quizzed him, make sure he has some questions for you, too. Sus, what do you have to ask him?
So my question for you is, with the Pistons being a playing team this year, are you projecting them to flirt with that? I think massive growth has to happen. So what's the big factor? We're going to get into this later in our show, but Pistons will make the playoffs if. So what's your answer to that?
I would say Pistons make the playoffs if Cade Cunningham averages over 20 points per game. I think that's a huge thing. I think the more that he scores for the Detroit Pistons, the more that it also spaces the court. Again, adding someone like Bogdanovich, who's a good spot-up three-point shooter. Adding someone like we have Saddiq Bey, natural progression of Saddiq Bey as a three-point shooter. Another thing that they really need to focus and hone in on is their defense. I think that's a big thing as well. Maybe holding teams to, under 102 points per game or somewhere along those lines. But that's a natural progression. On top of it, having Jalen Duren in the middle, I think he needs to be a force in terms of blocks. To flirt with that play-in tournament game, too, I don't think we're going to get in personally. I think this is going to be the season of growth. I think we'll flirt with it, and then the following season we'll actually potentially make the playoffs. But I think everything revolves around Cade Cunningham. To be one of those top teams, you take a look at them, every single one has that one guy who can go and create their shot. When the game is on the line, they have someone who can go and get you that bucket, get to the free throw line. If the team goes on a 10-0 run, you need that guy to stop that run and get your team back on track. That has to be Cade Cunningham, and I think he does take the step forward this year.
Yeah, and to get to that playoff, play-in contention spot,
playoffs,
the Pistons will need, multiple people to step up, multiple people to pull their weight. And a guy that a lot of Pistons fans are excited about, that we talked about already, is Jaden Ivey. And Jaden Ivey right now has the second best odds to win Rookie of the Year at plus 450. The guy he's playing tonight, Paolo Banchero, has the best odds to win Rookie of the Year. I think he's plus 200. So what do you like about Jaden Ivey's odds, or not like, about Jaden Ivey's plus 450 odds for Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, so with Jaden Ivey, I believe it's around plus 450 right now. Jaden Ivey is my favorite to win Rookie of the Year. And one thing that you need when winning Rookie of the Year is you're going to need opportunity, you're going to need volume, and you're going to need usage percentage. And that's why Paulo is the number one, and that's why Ivey is the number two. And that's also why I like Jaden Ivey to win this award. He's going to be one of the primary ball handlers for this Detroit Pistons team. Him and Cade Cunningham. You're going to need that opportunity. You're going to need to get to the basket. And then you also need to have the team potentially improve. And I think the Detroit Pistons can get that gradual improvement, and then that also helps for Jaden Ivey's case. Another thing that I like to look at is narrative. Does the team or player have a narrative? And after last year, a lot of us Detroit Pistons fans felt like Cade Cunningham got snubbed. I personally felt like he got snubbed. I know a lot of people at Woodward thought he got snubbed. And one thing that I like to think is, if it comes down to it once again, say it's Paulo and Ivey, I really do feel like the Detroit Pistons fans are going to be very vocal about it. They're going to push it over the edge because of the fact that they felt like Cade Cunningham got snubbed last year. So not only do I think he has the ability, he's going to get the usage, the volume, I also think he's going to have the narrative and fan base to back it. So because of that, Jaden Ivey is my favorite going into the 2022 season.
I like it.
All right, Matt. You're a professional bettor. You partnered with FanDuel, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
So now I'm partnered with PointsBet. Yes.
Okay.
We have a podcast called the Bettor's Almanac podcast that is partnered with PointsBet. I do everything through Sports Memo and Wager Talk, which is a professional sports gambling brand. I cover the NFL, NBA, and UFC with them. And we also have an NBA show called the NBA Triple Double, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, where we break down picks, play, basically just break down the entire NBA slate. Like tonight we got a 12-game NBA slate. We pick the 3 primetime games, give a best bet, give some player props, things of that nature.
Okay. So I did a parlay on PointsBet. and I need you to tell me this thing's going to hit or not. How you feel about it? I got Cade Cunningham, 15 points. Jaden Ivey, 10. Saddiq Bey, 15. That's the one I'm worried about. Cade, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Franz Wagner, 10 points. Isaiah Stewart, 6 boards. Banchero, 15 points. Ivey, 12. This is a lot to read off. I apologize. It's a 13-legger. Ivey over 3.5 assists. Saddiq with 1-3. Franz with 1-3. And Bojan with 2. I don't know if you can see on your screen, but how are you feeling about this parlay? And if this doesn't work, can you suggest to us and our listeners another one?
Well, yeah, so your parlay is actually very similar to mine. One thing that I have somewhat learned with same-game parlays, though, is I will generally take off the 3-pointers. You know, if you do a plus 1-3 or something like that, you might get like an additional $8, $10, something like that. And, you know, 1 3-pointer, yeah, I totally understand that. More often than not, that is going to hit. But I've had some bad beats with only 2 3-pointers. And like a guy like CJ, like one night, I'm not kidding, I had a plus 15,000 SGP last leg. CJ McCollum 2 threes got me 1 3. So after that, I was like, I'm done with the 3-pointers. But yeah, like I said, all of our stuff is very similar. Only other thing I didn't have was Jaden Ivey. I wasn't sure who's going to be the primary ball handler exactly tonight. It's something I got to see and get somewhat of a feel for, you know, and also if and when he does get the basketball, is he looking to dish? Is he driving? What's he going to do with it? You know what I mean? I know what we saw in preseason. He was dishing the basketball. He was attacking. He was aggressive. But it's just like somewhat of a different story in the regular season, so I just want to see it once first.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You know, we want to see a lot out of this team. We want to see these young guys move forward. And Pistons fans are looking towards the future. They might not, you know, be too tied into the win-loss this year. But we did something a little while back. We had an option A and an option B. And option A was for the Pistons to go out and make the play-in. Cade Cunningham is an all-star. They're playing great. And option B was somewhat progression from the young guys. Cade Cunningham still has a big year, but the Pistons land the top 3 odds and a chance to get Victor Wembanyama. So if you could choose between the two, between a play-in and between potential to get Wemby, where are you going?
Wemby, baby.
I'd be 1B, personally. I think anytime you get an opportunity to get a transcendent player like that, it can take your team to the next level for 10-plus years. Bottom line is, even if we make the playoffs this year, we're not making a run. Yes, it would be good experience and things like that, but I just don't see it being the best thing for the Pistons in the long run. If, in fact, we were to get – I personally don't think we'll get one of those top 3 picks. I think we'll still be in the top 10 range, but not top 3. But if we did, yes, that would definitely be my preference, to get someone like that to add to the core that we already have developed, you know, with the young guys like Cade, Ivy, Sadiq, Big Stu, Duran. You know, we have a very, very good young core, and it's not the time that we're going to make that huge leap. It's time to make strides, and every single year we get a little bit better. Yeah. So obviously, you know, I would side with that 1B just for that fact, because I think we're just in one of those positions where we're just taking a stride this year. It's not going to be a huge leap. So it would definitely be more beneficial to add more young talent to the team. So I think I'd side with 1B here.
Having a lineup of Cade, Ivy, Sadiq, Wembanyama, and Jalen Duren all under 24 years old would be insane.
Number 1 core in the NBA.
This team gives me goosebumps. I get so hyped about this team.
I've been very excited as well, and Pistons fans obviously everywhere are very excited to see what's going on. And you know, we appreciate you for coming on. We appreciate you for joining us.
One real quick, because we got paper. But I wanted to ask this: give me one upset for 280 this weekend.
One upset?
One upset. Make it quick, because we got to go to break.
I'm going Dillashaw. I don't think Sterling can backpack him like he usually does. Dillashaw has that.
He's an actual wrestler, yeah.
He's an excellent striker from all different variations, different angles. He has kicks, he has punches, he has elbows. You know, I don't think he can backpack him like Sterling likes to do. He likes to grab on and get that control time. I don't think he's going to be able to do that against TJ. And TJ's a vet, man. He's a 2-time champion. I'm not a biased guy. This is not one of my favorite fighters all time. I think he's a little rat. But he's good, man. He's good in these situations. I like TJ here.
He is good.
Matt, I appreciate you. Make sure you guys follow Matt at Moneyline_Matt. And we got to get you back on, man. I appreciate you joining us.
Hey, I appreciate you guys having me, man. The NBA's back. It's a good time.
Let's go, baby.
Best time of the year, man.
Yes, sir.
Spinny, what you talk about Big Boy?
Oh, Big Boy, man. I can tell you all about Big Boy. Because at Big Boy, burgers and loaded fries are back. It's not Slim Jim. It's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. And guess what else is new? They got the bacon blue. But how about upgrading those fries as well? They got chili cheese fries, they got nacho fries, and they got the banger of all bangers, the baked potato fries. So make sure you go satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome. Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms, trained, certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals. They beat all competitors by $5.
$5?
$5, Spinny. Ooh, don't forget to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. ChiliPeppersTanning.com has the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, 27 locations, and more coming.
Chili Peppers, Dan.
But
what up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live at WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
The young sausage to the booth. JB Smooth with the 1s and 2s. I was just cracking up in my head just now thinking about like sausage yesterday randomly. Like, doesn't my hair look like an island?
Yeah,
like, out of nowhere.
It's like a palm tree.
It's like a palm tree. What up, though? Welcome back. We had a lot more Lions prepped in the sheet.
But we're talking about Kevin Durant now.
Yeah, but that's Nips always, guys.
Yeah.
You know he comes in, ruins the show, throws Spencer's ADD off. You did okay today, though.
Thank you.
It's more just Nips.
Who's the number 2 on the Charlotte Hornets?
Yeah. You know he played basketball in high school, right?
Yeah.
All right. Back to Detroit Lions. A little bit of a depressing topic coming up with this one, but the mock drafts are starting to creep out, Spinny.
Yeah.
You're starting to see them slip a little bit. Currently, the Detroit Lions are number 3 in next year's draft. Obviously, things could change. They also have the 20th pick with the Rams. You know, if the season were to end today, I hope and suspect the Rams will lose a little bit more games, though.
Yes.
However, I looked at both Tankathon and Yahoo. And with the number 3 overall pick, they had the Detroit Lions, despite this historically awful defense, drafting Bryce Young, number 3 overall, out of Alabama.
Did Will Anderson go 2?
Will Anderson went 1.
Okay, that makes sense. If that's the case, the Lions should lose every game for the rest of the year. Lose every single game you can so you can get Will Anderson. Because this guy is dynamic. This guy is going to be one of the best pass rushing prospects in a very long time with his measurables, with his size, with his speed, with his athleticism. The guy will be crazy. So the Detroit Lions need to do everything they can do to put themselves in the situation to be able to draft Will Anderson. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's puncturing Jared Goff's lung like the Chargers did to Tyrod Taylor. Make sure you lose enough games to get Will Anderson. That is the man that people need. That is the man that people want. I understand going after a young quarterback. I understand Bryce Young. He's the Heisman last year. He's going to be a Heisman finalist this year. It's the sexy pick. Look at that. No.
Get your sexy on.
No. We need more lemon pledge. No. Go get Will Anderson right now. Today, tomorrow, next week. Lose every game the rest of the year if that's what it takes. You need to get Will Anderson.
That's where you're at.
That's where I'm at. Because it doesn't matter. I'm sitting in Neil Rule's chair. It's kind of rubbing off on me. But right now, all winning games does is hurt you. Hurts your draft success. Hurts your position in the draft. Because let's be honest, if you could tell me right now, the Lions are going to go out there and win every single game for the rest of the year. They're going to win every game, and they're going to make the playoffs. I'd be, hell yeah, brother. But the Detroit Lions are not going to do that. Detroit Lions fans know they're not going to do that. I have them at now, with my adjusted score, maybe 4 wins on the season, and that's 3 too many. because you need to lose as many games as possible to make sure you can get your hands on Will Anderson. The Sandman coming. Go get him, please. Please don't do anything to not draft Will Anderson.
Did you feel that strongly about like Kayvon or Aiden coming out last year?
No.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
It was a little bit more of a crapshoot.
I wanted, if we could have got Will Anderson last year, I wanted him.
Yeah, he would have went number one.
He's a different beast. Are you the same animal, but a different beast? What does that mean, Kobe Bryant? But I want them to do everything imaginably possible to get Will Anderson. And then I like that cornerback out of Penn State. I forget his name.
Yeah, I was going to say, with the 20th pick, they had us taking Sam Smith out of, I forgot the college. Hold on, let me check it up real quick. I apologize. I had the app open and I closed it. At 20th, they had us taking
Joey Porter Jr.
This is Penn State guy?
Your Penn State cornerback.
Cam Smith out of South Carolina is who Tankathon has us taking. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, Yahoo had the same thing in their mock. It's honestly depressing to be talking mock drafts at this point, and it just reminds me of like I don't know who Cam Smith is, and I'll have to do the homework on it. But I don't think he's fixing our issues on defense. And I'm kind of with you. Like, as much as I like Bryce Young, like that Tennessee game the Tennessee game, the Texas game, like he took over.
Yes.
He was balling, doing his damn thing, and he's going to have a hell of an offensive line with us. He's going to have the ability to run. Man, I would love to have Bryce Young too, but defense, we got to go defense, bro. We had the conversations 3 weeks in a row now. There's not more than 2 to 3 guys that start another defense on this team. There aren't. Majority of our guys wouldn't even make other teams. Mm-hmm. And we're starting them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a historically bad situation. As much as, like, Bryce Young is appealing, I guess the counter argument to it would be you free up the cap space with Jared Goff. And if he continues to play like well this year, maybe even trade him and get more draft assets. So, I mean, there could be your reason to draft Bryce Young there. I mean, I'll look at the 22 class while we speak on the
draft Will Anderson, draft Joey Porter Jr., sign Kayvon Alexander, and then draft 2 more defensive players. And then maybe get a quarterback if you want, but you don't need to.
Quan? Just call him K1?
Did I again?
Yeah.
No, did I?
Is that like his rap name?
I thought I said Quan.
You said K1.
Oh. That's how it's spelled. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. Quan Alexander, you sign him.
Yeah.
And if that's a linebacker, you fill that hole. Pause.
You
get Will Anderson and put him opposite Aiden Hutchinson. There's your pass rush threat. There's your doubles. There's your 2 guys that'll rip a quarterback's head off. You get Joey Porter Jr., that's a guy who's looking like he has lockdown potential. That is a guy who's looking like an elite cornerback. He's midseason All-American already. I think he's only going to continue to get better. He's a big dude. He's 6'2", 195. You can put him out there on the edge. He can play against other people's. Go get those 3 guys if you're the Detroit Lions. What the Detroit Lions need to do is address defense. They need to sign 1 stud. Their first 2 draft picks need to be on defense. Period, Pooh.
JB, is your mic on? How you feel about these mock drafts?
His
camera's frozen again.
I mean, it's never too early to mock draft, especially at the position we are in currently right now. But yeah, I like I like Spencer's pick, but also I wanted to ask him about Miles Murphy from Clemson. What do you think of him as well?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. I want studs. I want guys. I want dudes.
I want it.
You need as much as you can get on that defensive side of the ball. And they don't have enough money to sign 2 max guys, to sign 2 big free agents. But you got to get at least 1. And whether that's Darman Payne, whether that's Quan Alexander, whoever that is.
There's a couple guys, actually, I wouldn't mind. Deion Jones is on there. Obviously, he got traded for. He's with the Browns. I don't know if they're going to re-sign him or not.
They'll probably re-sign him.
You have, I don't know how you feel about Jadeveon Clowney, but he's on the list.
No.
Where the hell is the link that I just had with these free agents? I lost my link.
I know Darman Payne's on there. Like I said, I know Quan Alexander's on there. There's a bunch of guys there are guys that you can go out and grab that would obviously be starters on this defense. So do that, please.
Defenders in free agency next year. I'll give you a couple names. J.J. Watt?
No.
Deion Jones?
Yes.
Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, both free agents, but they're in the 30s at this point.
Yeah.
Fletcher Cox only 31.
Fletcher Cox, maybe.
Levante David. He's 32 now.
Yeah, I still would take Levante David.
Bradley Chubb.
Yes.
Jadeveon Clowney.
No.
Jimmy Ward.
Yeah. Jesse Bates III is out there.
Keem Hicks, Colin Farrell. I mean, if you did, I'm only bringing these names up because if you did go the route of having the Bryce Young, you're opening up your cap space for 4 years at that point. Not just like next year's free agency, but the one after that.
If you go the path of getting Bryce Young, yeah, that means you'll have more space. I know they can cut Romeo and Brockers this year and save a lot of money on cap space.
Yeah.
So if they do that, maybe they can sneak another guy in there. Maybe you can get, if you can get a Bradley Chubb or a Quan Alexander or Deion Jones, you got to do it. You got to do it.
And I'm asking this to you guys too in the Woodward Sports chat and everyone listening on WoodwardSports.com. Would you be pissed if Bryce Young were the pick?
I wouldn't be pissed. I would be upset. It depends on who's there.
It's just such an ugly situation we're in, man.
It is. If Will Anderson's there and they go Bryce Young, yeah, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be real pissed.
Yeah.
But if Will Anderson's gone, I don't know any other top defensive prospects. Noah Sewell would be a huge reach that high up.
Definitely would be a big reach. And plus, like, linebackers aren't affecting the game like they used to.
And you could find a linebacker in the 6th round if you have to.
Yeah.
You know? So if the Lions grabbed Bryce Young, I wouldn't be pissed unless Will Anderson's still on the board.
A couple guys in the Woodward Sports chat saying, yeah, they would be pissed at the Bryce Young pick. Just curious, you know. And you guys, again, I'll throw the number in there. I don't know if I'm connected to answer the call. I'll find out during the break. But call in. Let us know what you're thinking. There was just almost an accident outside. Before then, Spinny, tell us about the butchery.
The butchery.
And the meats.
The butchery is the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network. Butcher coming. Call 248-682-COWS. Yes, that's 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective. I told you guys this every day. This is the best food I've ever had in my life. Best sandwich I've ever had. Best burger I've ever had, hands down. So make sure you go check out the butchery. Again, that's 248-682-COWS.
Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row. This time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram using hashtag Woodward Front Row. We'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest front row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man.
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got 1 toe, 2 butt cheeks, and a rock.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Time to talk about Swiss. No, Spinny, calm down. I am in Swiss.
No.
Swiss Insurance Group, all right?
Okay.
Did you guys know that 1 in 6 kids will develop a medical condition that makes them uninsurable? Swiss Insurance can save you money on your auto and home, resulting in no out-of-pocket costs to insure your children. Check with our guy, my guy, Mark Swiss, at Swiss Insurance, and make sure your family is protected. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live at WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin More Racks.
What up, though?
We got Young Sus in the TD booth. JB Swoop with the 1s and 2s. And an interesting question, man. I mean, the mock draft's starting to creep out, man. And we know too, like, by the time the actual draft gets here, things change.
Yes.
Kevon Thibodeau was supposed to be the, case closed #1 heading into last year's draft, and questions arise about his passion for the game.
Drive.
Yeah. But now, dude, so far, a couple of the guys that studied the tape, like myself, would say he's probably the best edge rusher out of the class thus far. And it's only 5 games in. But it's a conversation to be had. I mean, we talk sports here. We drafted edge rusher number 2. I think it's a fair conversation to have. But the conversation you wanted to have, Spinny, and I wasn't looking forward to it because it is a depressing matter for me. But the offenses.
Yes.
This Sunday. Detroit Lions versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
You did your homework on it.
I did a little bit of homework. I looked it up, looked up the stats.
What'd you come up with? Should we drop some tunes for this one?
You can drop the tunes. I'm gonna riff here for a second.
All right.
Because I'm gonna get the easy ones out of the way. Easy ones out of the way first. Obviously, the Lions' offensive line is better. Cowboys lost a lot of pieces on that offensive line. It's not nearly what it used to be a couple years ago. They lost guys like Leo Collins, Travis Frederick retired. They're not that same unit anymore. They're not bad, but they're not as good as the Lions' offensive line. You look at quarterback. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I'm going to go with Dak Prescott. You see what Dak Prescott did last year. He had 68% completion percentage, almost 69% completion percentage. Nice. With 4,449 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 10 ints. And then he was injured for a lot of 2020. But you go back to 2019, even before that, he had 65% completion percentage, 4,902 yards, 30 touchdowns, 5 hits. When the guy's healthy, he is good. He is a good player. He's a good quarterback. He's better than Jared Goff when healthy. You look in his first 3 seasons, I didn't know this. The dude had 18 total rushing touchdowns.
Wow.
From 2016 to 2018, he had 18 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
That is impressive. He had 6 each year. And then we go forward and we move on. Running back situation. Obviously, Zeke Elliott is a shell of himself. He's not nearly what he used to be. Tony Pollard, I think, is a fantastic player. I think he's very elusive. He's great out of the backfield. He's great running between the tackles or even outside in space on stretch plays, options, different things like that. You look at that, and then you look at the Lions running back situation. Is DeAndre Swift going to play? He was back in practice today. That's good. That's a good sign. Is he going to play? We're not sure yet. Without DeAndre Swift, it is obviously the Cowboys who have the better running back core. I think with Ezekiel Elliott combined with Tony Pollard, they are great. But if DeAndre Swift is back, I will give it to the Lions by a nose. I will give it to the Lions by a little bit because Zeke, he was good for a while with that great offensive line. Now he is not what he used to be, but he's still a big punishing back that can go up the middle and make some things happen. So that one is sort of a toss-up when you look at the Lions versus the Cowboys in the running back situation. And then we go to tight ends.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to give it to the Cowboys.
Yeah, dude.
If Dalton Schultz is healthy, he's questionable for this week. Dalton Schultz last year, 78 receptions, 808 yards, 10.4 yards per reception, and 8 touchdowns.
How many games?
What?
How many games did he play?
16.
Okay.
TJ Hawkinson in his best year, 723 yards, 67 receptions, 10.8 yards per game, and 6 touchdowns. And even Dalton Schultz in 2020, this was his second year in the league, third year in the league, 63 receptions for 615 yards and 4 touchdowns. The guy, when he plays, the guy is good. The guy is a weapon. The guy's a weapon out of the backfield. TJ Hawkinson, you can say the same for as well, kind of. He had that one very good year. He hasn't been the same since in any of his years so far. He had one good game this year, one great game this year. The rest of it has been pretty pedestrian. So Dalton Schultz, if he doesn't play, it is the Lions. But I also like Ferguson, their backup tight end, more than any of the backup tight ends we have. He showed out last week. For me personally, on my fantasy team, I picked him up because Dalton Schultz is out, and he got a touchdown. He had a career high in touchdown. Obviously, touchdowns is first. He's a rookie. Career high in receptions, career high in yards. He played a great game. So I'm going to give it to, if Dalton Schultz is healthy, the Cowboys. But if not, obviously Hawkinson is the better player. And then you look at the wide receivers. This one's tough because we don't know. DJ Chark probably not playing. Amon-Ra St. Brown banged up, but he's probably going to play. He should be fine. He'll get in there.
Yeah.
Josh Reynolds banged up, but hopefully he plays. Lions, when healthy, have the better receiving core for sure. The Lions, when healthy, they have a very good receiving core. But you look at the Cowboys with CeeDee Lamb, he's a stud. Michael Gallup, very good. Noah Brown has been playing extremely well, has turned into an actual legitimate threat out there. If Amon-Ra St. Brown is playing, I'll give it to Lions, but it's pretty close. Because I think CeeDee Lamb and Amon-Ra St. Brown, they're pretty comparable. I think Michael Gallup is better than DJ Chark when DJ Chark is healthy.
He's not even playing.
And he's not even playing.
Hey, by the way, his injury is looking sketchy, by the way. It's not even, it's like the structure of his injury repaired ankle that we set up with last year.
Yeah, it's not great. And when you look at even their second option, if DJ Chark is out, I think Michael Gallup is better than Josh Reynolds. And Noah Brown has emerged as a target. So it's tough. It's a toss-up. I'll give it to the Lions because I think Amon-Ra is the best out of the entire group. Although CeeDee Lamb is a very good ball player. Mm-hmm. So that one's tough. That one depends on the day. But it's not looking good. It's not looking good. The Lions' offense is... I gave them 2 categories out of this. Tight end is same thing, toss-up.
Yeah.
You could take the Lions if you want, but I'm not sold on TJ Hawkinson. I need to see more out of him. But the Cowboys, I gave them the running backs unless DeAndre Swift is back and is healthy. Then I'll give it to the Lions. Well, man, it's going to be tough. Obviously, we don't even got to do the defense because everybody knows Lions defense ain't winning any of those categories. The Cowboys have fantastic defense. But this is going to be tough. The Lions are going to have to rely on Amon-Ra and DeAndre Swift coming off of injuries. Hopefully they are the same. Hopefully they don't miss a step. Hopefully they're ready to come back and play. But the Lions need them to step up. Lions fans will need to root for those guys because the rest of it is not looking great. And you're going up against one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah, for sure. Like, their defense has been dominant. I mean, they carried our guy, CMU alum, Cooper Rush, like easily. It's that, and that's why like, when we do like these offense versus offense, I kind of want to do like offense versus defense because like that's what that's what we're truly going up against. And the Cowboys' offense, I mean, they have all the names you mentioned, and I mean Dak is back, so maybe this changes it. But they have put up many points this year. I think they've ranked, I believe it was 22nd in scoring. But again, they've had Cooper Rush.
Yes.
The one game that Dak did play though, 3 points. That was against the Buccaneers defense, which that was pretty damn good. Pretty damn good defense. This sounds awful. All right, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan at the end of the day. All right, I want the Detroit Lions to defeat the Cowboys. I hope Dak's thumb hurts. I hope that surgery repaired ankle hurts. Okay, because we're gonna need all. We're going to. I don't know what to make of this Cowboys offense. Last year, obviously, they're extremely explosive. This year, I mean, even that Bucs game though, watching it back like today, a lot of drop passes, and I just hope it's a lot more of the same. I mean, I don't know. Our defense is. We got tall tasks regardless.
And we get to see Micah Parsons versus Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
What could have been versus what is. I wanted Micah Parsons, not going to lie.
Yeah,
Me and Mads were on that train.
My thing with Micah Parsons, I never doubted the talent. I just, for some reason, which I'm not going to do anymore because I don't care at this point, I'll have no moral compass with this, but the character issues, come on.
I wanted him as a linebacker before I even knew he was that much of a freak as an edge rusher.
Yeah, there's some questionable stuff with him coming out of college, which maybe they rebirth or I don't know, but he's a beast of a football player. I'm talking about generational. I tweeted out yesterday, when I think about the matchup, I almost want to cry. And I know that Penei is Penei, but Parsons has been generational.
Yes, and it's tough. And if you want to be a beast, if you want to get in the best shape of your life, all you got to do is go to Planet Fitness because, as you know, we broadcast this show live from the Planet Fitness studios. And Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. Has a ton of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, in a 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $10 a month. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. And remember, Woodward Sports is broadcasting live from the Planet Fitness on Ryan Road in Sterling Heights on Wednesday, October 26th. You can win prizes like Michigan versus MSU tickets, including a free Black Card membership for 1 year. You could win a signed Darren McCarty jersey. You could win a signed Braylon Edwards jersey. All you got to do is come hang out with Woodward Sports at Planet Fitness on October 26th. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
At Alta.
Uptime.
Mattis. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a big project coming up?
Bob.
Alta Rent has you covered. All right? It's easy and simple, guys. Give them a call. It's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. You got a bog project coming up? Make sure you give Alta a call, because at Alta,
uptime
matters. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy, Easy Joe, but my man, Spitmo Rex. Live on WoodwardSports.com, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. You guys know it. If you don't, please be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream, like the stream. We got Young Sus in the TV booth, JB Smooth, the ones and twos, and I'm willing to open up the phone lines, guys. We talk draft, we talk Bryce Young, we talked about replacing Dan Campbell with Ben Johnson this very year. I'm still down for it, by the way.
Dan Campbell might lose a friend. You know, he's going to ask where he went wrong. He lost a friend.
I think
he probably wished he could stay up with him all night.
Whoa.
But he's not going to be able to save Ben Johnson's Lions life.
Is that oh.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
But, you know,
I think Dan's understanding
guy. I don't want to think about that, all right? I don't want to think about Ben Johnson leaving. It gets me all itchy. I don't like that.
That's your crabs.
Oh, my.
Nonetheless, what?
The screen was frozen.
Yeah.
Oh. Carrying on. We have some more depressing Detroit Lions talk.
Oh, great.
All right, and then I promise we'll flip the switch. We'll talk Detroit Pistons the rest of the way. Which, by the way, my guy Matt Kowalis texted me a hell of Pistons bets I'm going to share with you guys, too. So stay tuned if you want to make some money. But speaking of making money, odds have come out of Cam Akers' landing spot. If you guys don't know, he's been beefing with Sean McVay. Rumor has it they're looking to
Rumor has it.
Move on from him. And the Detroit Lions, you can pull this graphic up, Young Sus, landed number 3.
4.
4?
Yeah, I think it was 4.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry, 6. I think it was 6. I apologize.
It's 4.
4. Oh, the top 6 landing spots. Dear my oh my. For Cam Akers. Which, initially, I'm saying hell no to the no.
Hell no.
If we're acquiring him via trade.
Yes.
I'm not giving up any type of asset for what Cam Akers is and what he's become. And to be honest with you, he's never really become much if we're keeping it a buck. His career yards on 201 carries has 779 yards and only 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I get it, he got injured last year, and this year he's sharing snaps and having the issue with Sean McVay. But if you go to his best career year, which is his rookie year, which maybe a little unfair to compare him to, but in Jamal Williams last year, in a bad offense we can agree on last year.
Yes.
In 153 carries, had a 601 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Akers' best year, on 145 carries, at 625 yards, 1 touchdown. We have an Akers-esque guy. Akers just doesn't do it for me. I'm not trying to acquire him via trade. Hell no.
This doesn't make sense to me. Who made this list?
CBS Sports.
You're
probably Cody Benjamin.
You're an idiot.
Probably Cody Benjamin.
It probably was Cody Benjamin. You're an idiot, CBS Sports. Why the hell would the Detroit Lions trade for a running back? First of all. Second of all, an injury-prone running back. And third of all, with the Rams. No, we're not going to do that. If the Lions did that, I would go take a dump right in front of Allen Park. I would go down to Allen Park and take a dump right in front of the practice facility. Because that makes absolutely no sense to me.
Cero. No. Nada.
Bafangu. I don't understand this at all. The Lions would never do this. Brad Holmes would never do this.
Yeah.
They would not trade an asset where, what would it cost to get a 6th-round pick? Well, guess what? We just got a 6th-round pick as a starter on our defense. We're not trading for an injury-prone running back that wouldn't even crack the roster. He would be our 4th back. He's not better than Craig Reynolds. I've seen Craig Reynolds do more than him.
Yeah.
He's not better than Jamal Williams. He's definitely not better than DeAndre Swift. Get out of here with this shit, man. It makes no sense to me at all. No thanks.
Yeah, I'm definitely good on that one. even when the situation went down with him last year, he tore his Achilles, and everyone across the NFL were freaking out. And I think it's just because LA's a big market team. I don't know what it was, but they were like, "Oh no, they lost Cam Akers. They lost who the fuck? What? Who cares?"
Yeah.
Henderson was putting up better numbers anyway. And again, I gave you Jamal Williams numbers from last year, which comparable to his best year. Like, I'm good. I promise you. Put up the graphic one more time. It might even say Cody Benjamin on it. I just want to double check.
I swear.
I know it says CBS, but I'm pretty sure Cody Benjamin was CBS. Yeah, it's guaranteed. It's probably.
It is according to Cody Benjamin.
According to Cody Benjamin. Oh my God! Yeah. All right. You know what? Let's dead this topic.
This guy stinks.
Let's dead this topic. Unless there's anybody in the Woodward Sports chat that has an argument for Cam Akers, I doubt anybody does. Again, I mean Jamal Williams doing just as much as him. You would take Craig Reynolds just over him. Like, we're good.
Oh brother, this guy stinks. That's how I feel every time I see Cody Benjamin. Yeah,
dude, he does.
What, are you just throwing darts at a board?
Yeah.
Who would take Cam Akers? Oh, I'm going to use Young Suss's technique.
Yeah, the argument was
it got me out of the suit once, so you know it kind of works.
The argument for it was that Brad Holmes was part of the regime that you took in Cam Akers, drafted him, but he's still done nothing.
In the Woodward Sports chat, Trash Can Man says, Spencer, you're forgetting one thing. Brad Holmes loves injured players. We got a point, but he's not giving up assets for that guy. We already have a great running back room. Stop.
Does he like drafting them or trading for them or both? He likes
drafting them.
All the above, probably.
And Cody Benjamin, you suck. I'm sorry.
I had this. I had put this beef on since I think before the season started. I had a big fat F you to Cody Benjamin. The guy's terrible. I think he's awful. All right, man. Let's not talk about that then.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about something you discussed on BD with Neil Rule? Dan Campbell's road record.
Yeah.
I had to take initially on that, and I know I've become the defender, or the slappy, if you will. I'm considered one of the slappies of the network. I think that's a bit overblown, his record on the road.
Not winning a road game?
Yeah, I fully understand. Like, that's a fact. It's a factual statement. Dan Campbell has not won a road game.
He's 0-10-1 in his career.
Yeah. Guess what, Spinny? His team's won 4 games total.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want? You know.
Fair.
On top of that too, like there's been games, and then obviously they weren't won. All right, but he tied on the road with Pittsburgh, and other games. You had the Vikings game last year, lost by 2 points. I think like four road games I counted just from last year alone that were like 1-score games. Mm-hmm. I know that means nothing; those aren't victories, but it's overblown a little bit, guys. It is. We're a bad team.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't be expected to win on the road. We're barely expected to win in general. We were just favored for the first time this year since
To me, that is fair. Remember, man, they were in the trees, brother. But to me, that is fair. That the Lions are just a bad team and they haven't won a lot at all, let alone on the road. Yeah. But being 0-10-1 on the road is gross. And I looked at it, and their third down percentage, man, 35.7% on third down last year in 9 road games. So far this year in 2 road games, they're 25% on picking up first down on third down. And I guess, when you have a coach that's like, yeah, we're going to go for it on fourth down anyways, it doesn't matter what you do on third down. But you need to be better than that. You cannot win games by only
fans. I'm playing.
Only fans. The Lions cannot win games by being 25% on third downs. You need to establish a drive. You need to pick up first downs. And you can't keep going for it on fourth down. I hate you, I swear to God. No, but the Lions need to get this off their back. That is something. I agree with you. It is kind of overblown because they do just suck, and they don't win in general.
Yeah.
So not winning on the road isn't the biggest takeaway, but it still stands out. When you look at that, they're 0-10-1. They're 2 years.
4 wins in the last 2 years. What are you expecting, guys? Just happens a lot of the losses come on the road, but hey, there's a lot more losses just in general. It shouldn't be surprising to you. JB, did you have a take on that one? I know you were part of BD today.
Oh no, I didn't have a take on it, but I gotta lean towards Spency, man. Like this is just terrible. this sucks. Like
You can find anything. Like, honestly, you can go through their stats and be like, yeah, they suck on the road. Oh, they suck in the fourth quarter. No, they suck on Tuesdays after, taco night. Oh, man, these guys can't play at all. When the sun's down and the wind's blowing 10 degrees to the left, these guys lose every game.
They suck in every situation.
Yeah, it's easy to find stats like that when the team has been this bad. Hey, yo. When the team has been this bad.
They win every Friday when the sun is due east.
Yes, that is
at
true.
a 45-degree angle.
SportsCenter does it all the time.
Yeah.
He's throwing 300 yards, and every Wednesday when the temperature is 78 degrees and the wind's 24 miles per hour.
Yeah,
I hate that.
I hate that.
He's the first player to ever do it on a Thursday with 78 degrees, cool outside, audience of 312,000 people.
It's just like, what are we doing?
Yes.
Add that to my pet peeves list when we do that segment. That is right
Things
up there
I hate list.
with the stats. With the stats when they just go too specific.
When he sleeps at home, he wakes up and he eats 2 eggs in the morning. He tends to go out there and win. It's pretty impressive. You're right. The Lions can just look at everything.
But in all reality, question for you guys: could we just somehow look up and win this game at Dallas?
No.
Just somehow?
No, unless Michael Parsons gets Brian Robinson before the game.
I was looking when we were doing the offensive segment. I was doing the homework for the offensive segment, I should say, and they aren't scoring like that many points. They really aren't. But that was with under Cooper Rush. Like if Cooper Rush was playing, I could confess there possibly being a chance. The highest point total under Cooper Rush was 25. But that's not the case, unfortunately. The guy who led them to being one of the number one offenses last year. I don't know number one offenses. It doesn't make sense.
It was the number one offense.
The number one offense last year is back at home. His name's Dak Prescott. And, by the way, he has something to prove. So, like, if we're not on top of everything, like, we're going to get our asses kicked.
We are going to, no matter what.
Like, if it's Cooper Rush, maybe something.
No.
Because we are getting Jacobs. We are getting Pascal. Kaminsky possibly, too. Maybe we make some magic happen. I can't for sure even say that, though.
Goff's going to get abused. It's going to be bad.
JB's probably asking for a gambling addiction.
Yeah.
Is there any way?
Is there
any
it's plus 2,000? Can we pull it off?
Is there a chance on the money line?
So you're saying there's a chance? No, there's no way they win this game.
Yeah. Nah, I'm 100%.
But that being said, I'm taking the Lions. No. This seems like an insurmountable task. It really does.
All right, man. Let's talk Detroit Pistons. Tell us about Big Frog. We'll come back. We'll talk Detroit Pistons. Michael Barr in the Woodward Sports Chat. Appreciate you tapping in, man. If you want to talk some Pistons, call up.
We are going to talk some Pistons, and I'm so upset about the Lions. But something you can be happy about is getting a free T-shirt, and that is at Big Frog, because all month long Big Frog is giving away free Woodward Sports T-shirts. That's right, free Woodward Sports T-shirts. All you have to do is go into Big Frog in Novi, tell them we sent you, and they will print you out one on the spot. So make sure you go check out Big Frog Novi today and get your free T-shirt. That's Big Frog Novi, or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries, what will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
I'm not going to give you no BS coach speak, man. If you want to sit front row the Detroit Lions game, you can. It's easy. It's as simple as doing an impression of Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell, man. Post it on Instagram or Twitter and make sure you use the hashtag, man, Woodward Front Row, man. Because all I do is care about you guys, man. That's all I think about, man. Is you guys sitting front row for the Detroit Lions ass whooping by the Green Bay Packers. But you can still do it. Make sure you guys send in your Dan Campbell impressions on IG, on Twitter. Make sure you tag and hashtag Woodward Sports Front Row. Guys, I'm looking forward to this. Matter of fact, tag me too. All right. And take me to the game if you win. I'll cheat the system. I'll make sure you win if you take me. But yeah, make sure you guys do that. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinball Rex.
What up, though?
The Young Sussin, TD Blue, JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s. Moving on from doom and gloom. I'm talking Detroit Pistons. Playing tonight, about damn time. Are we watching it here today, fellas? Do we agree on that pre-show or what? You guys dipping out?
I'll stay. I'll stay for a little bit. I mean, I got stuff to do, so I got stuff to do.
You
I'll
dipping?
do it.
Yeah, I'll probably do.
Wow, you don't even care about the Pistons.
Big league.
We don't care about what you guys say about the Pistons tomorrow. Speaking of Pistons
let's
tomorrow,
do it on the radio on the way home.
we have Jack Kelly going to be joining the show tomorrow, breaking down the Detroit Pistons' first game alongside with us. Matt K sent me some bets. I kind of want to make the audience stay tuned for it and earn it. Make sure you guys hit the like button and share. But I'm definitely taking them. Should I share them or what?
Yeah, wait for the last
Okay.
segment.
Let's do this then. He asked Matt, Detroit Pistons make the playoffs if ___ blank. What about you?
The Detroit Pistons will make the playoffs if 2 teams in the Eastern Conference die. that is the only way the Pistons will make the playoffs this year. I broke it down into kind of tiers of the Eastern Conference, and I look F tier, E tier, whatever you want to call it. Pacers, Magic, Wizards, Hornets. I think those are going to be the bottom 4 teams. And then you have Knicks, Raptors, Detroit. I think the Raptors will regress a little bit. They won't be as good as they were last year. Charlotte's in, I already said Hornets. Yeah. They're in my other tier with the Pacers, Magic, and Wizards. So the next tier, like I said, Knicks, Raptors, Pistons. And then you have, these are the playoff teams where it starts. Cavs, Heat, Bulls, Hawks. We're not better than any of those teams. We're not beating any of those teams. We can't succeed over any of those teams. And then you have legitimate finals contenders, which are Sixers, Nets, Bucks, Celtics. We're definitely not catching any of those teams. But I think we're right in I think we're the bottom 3 out of that second tier with the Knicks, Raptors, and us. So the only way we're going to make the playoffs is if 2 teams die. There's literally, I don't think there's a single possibility that there's so much talent in the East this year. A lot of obviously, like I talked about, very top heavy. Sixers, Nets, Bucks, Celtics. I'll put the Hawks up there too because I think the Hawks are going to be a top 3 team in the East this year.
Top 3.
And then the Bulls, Heat, and Cavs. I do think the Heat will fall off a little bit, but the Cavs have gotten much better. The Bulls have a great team built around Zach LaVine and those guys. We're not going to catch any of those teams.
I don't even know if I want to carry on. Does anybody here actually think the Pistons make the playoffs straight up?
No.
Yeah, no. My guy Michael Barr. What up?
I do have an if. The Pistons will make the playoffs if Sadiq Bey makes the Paul George jump that he made in year 3, when he jumped from 12 points per game to 17 points per game and was a certified All-Star. Now, Sadiq last year already did average 16, so he's got to jump still at least 4 points. He's got to jump to 20, maybe 21. And if he is a 20-plus point per game scorer and shooting more efficiently, last year he shot 39% from the floor, 34% from 3. Paul George shot 46% from the floor. So if he can do those things, then the Pistons actually have a chance, assuming Cade makes the jump also that we all assume.
I just want to take a moment and ask in the Woodward Sports Chat, QB Michael G, what are you smoking? He says the Hawks less than the Pistons. He thinks the Pistons are better than the Hawks, apparently.
Did Trae Young die?
Yeah, did Trae Young die? Did DeJounte Murray die?
Let's not put that in me.
Stop it.
Let's not.
Stop it. The Hawks are a great team, and they got a lot better from last year.
Well, we got tagged on Twitter specifically to talk Detroit Pistons today by my guy Michael Barr. Michael Barr's on the line right now, as it seems. We got him, JB? Mike, you there?
Yeah, hey guys. Yeah, hey, how's it going? Good to finally talk on the phone here.
Yeah, man. I know you want to do Twitter Spaces after the game. I'm down. Obviously, leading up to it, can't do a pregame because we're on the show. But hey, we got you on there now, man. What are you expecting out of the Pistons for the season and actually tonight?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'll focus on tonight first. Like, the big thing to me, I mean, guys, it's not going to be about wins and losses on the year, especially the first game. I mean, of course, it's going to be nice to start off with a W and get those good vibes rolling. But, you know, for me, obviously, the highlight tonight is the Ivy versus the Banchero matchup and just kind of seeing how that plays out for both teams and just kind of how both rookies really fit into the equation. And obviously, kind of the dynamics between Cunningham and Ivy and just kind of who gets the ball when and just kind of situational basketball. How does it really play out? And I think the big thing, as we all know, is just kind of taking that next step this year. And he's going to ride a lot on Cade. You know, he's going to have to not only take a leap for himself, but help the rookie Ivy make his strides too. So it's going to be a big, you know, weight on his shoulders. And he's shown just as a person outside of basketball that his maturity level is there for that. So I'm really excited for Cade, and it's going to be a big year for him. But, you know, how does it really look in the grand scheme of things? Really just focused on that growth. I think Isaiah Stewart's an interesting piece coming into the season. You know, how does he really fit into the fold with Bogdanovich coming in, with Sadiq Bey, who I argue Sadiq Bey is our best option at power forward to stretch the floor out. I think the Pistons need to look at a three-guard lineup to really utilize their best offensive floor spacing and production, because we saw in preseason how that wasn't going so well. It's really just about that growth, and I think you got to kind of throw out the conversation almost about the Victor Wembanyama. I think the Pistons are going to kind of be in that floating zone, like a 10 seed, like we talked about. I think you just have to assume that he's not really in play, and at this point, you can't really just keep adding young talent. You have the young talent there. I think what you have now is an opportunity to really make that splash, and it's interesting to identify who it's going to be, because I honestly had Donovan Mitchell, you know, as a potential there. Just thinking about realistic players who could actually fit into the mold here, talking about that three-guard lineup. And obviously you saw Cleveland kind of made that push and went over the hump there. And I think the Pistons are probably a year or two out from making that, you know, serious push. But at some point here, it's not about just keep getting rookie. You got to have to utilize your cap space, kind of thin out your roster a little bit, where it's a little hefty, particularly, you know, power forward. Figure that out, and you got to make a splash. So I think the conversation really needs to be, who is that player that's going to take the Pistons over the top? Because it's not going to be Victor Wembanyama, but at some point it needs to happen.
Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts?
You definitely need a guy to come in here and can be that. And I think that's where it's going to be more of like the Kawhi Leonard situation, to where they had the core, they had that established, and then they went out there and got an already established veteran piece that you can bring in and push you over the top. So I don't think it's going to be somebody we get in the draft, but I think it's somebody Troy Weaver's going to go out and acquire, an aging star, an aging veteran, someone like that they can bring in here and push this team over the top. I don't think you can't keep building from the draft. You know, you can only do that for so long until you've just got 14, 20-year-olds on your team, and you're like, all right, they're all going to work out eventually.
I mean, I'm cool with it, though. Like, looking back at the situation with OKC Thunder, and they built, like, an amazing young core. I mean, all three of those guys became, like, league MVPs. You know, they missed the first, well, Kevin Durant, at least, in terms of, like, Cade Cunningham in this scenario. You know, missed the playoffs those first 2 years. Obviously, they did really well in the draft. Now, not to the point where they were drafted number one overall, but it's a lottery, and we just kind of pray, laying and praying at that point. But, like, I don't think it necessarily delays them if they don't win this year. You know what I'm saying? Because they are a young core. Like, they're going to be expected to lose. I mean, I wouldn't mind, like, going back to the well one more time, especially us being a small market team in Detroit. I don't know how many guys just coming here like, off the will of their own without them getting a bag, which I'm not opposed to giving anybody a bag, but just like
don't let them make it's not their choice.
Yeah,
they don't have the will.
And that's why I'd rather go to the draft. You know what I'm saying? And then just because that equates championships, just like Matt said, you know, I know you hinted towards coaching a little bit earlier, Sus. You're talking about the Boston Celtics, but no matter what, at the end of the day, they also have leaps. They have a shit ton of talent. Mm-hmm. And that's just what it is in this league. It's a talent league. There's been guys who've been a part of like championship teams, and they come up, you know, after they've been fired or whatever. I'm looking at, you know, David Blatt, or even my guy, who did win the championship with Cleveland, Ty Lue. You know, then they go to a situation without talent, they're not doing much.
Ty Lue is a great coach, though.
Yeah. Ultimately, you need talent at the end of the day. Yeah. I don't care how good of a coach you are. You know, I mean, the guys considered the greatest coaches had some of the greatest players.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
for sure.
But
Pop's going to be at the bottom of the league tanking for Victor, and he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT coach. So,
Facts.
yeah, you need
for
talent.
sure.
That's, you know, if the Pistons get off to a bad start this year, you might need some help. You might need someone to talk to, and we have the place.
Appreciate you tapping in, Mike.
That is SMA, or the Sports Marketing Agency. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, make sure they head to thesportsma.com to get the help they deserve. We are the Woodward Sports Network. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row, this time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram using hashtag #WoodwardFrontRow. We'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest front row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man!
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got one toe, 2 butt cheeks, and a rock.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer for the Folding Warehouse in Hamtramck. You know it, you've heard of it. It's the home of the original football bowling pin game called Folding. 2 different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play as well as private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they have a $2 mystery beer vending machine along with multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you come check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at thefoldingwarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy, he's joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
We got JB Smooth on the auto booth, Young Sus in the TD booth. Detroit Pistons are tipping off. I'm excited, guys. But Matt K, we had him on the show earlier. Matt K Betts, if you guys don't know, Moneyline Matt. Honestly, this is one of the reasons I had him on the show. Is he's my boy, and I've wanted to do it for a long time. But he's phenomenal at NBA betting. You heard him. He's signed by PointsBet. Before then, it was FanDuel. Texted us some bets for Detroit Pistons games. For you guys that stuck it out with us throughout the show, I appreciate you, and I'm about to reward you with his picks of the night, all right? First and foremost, one's against us, so maybe not a good sign. But it's a plus 103 bet, prop bet on Wendell Carter getting a double-double tonight. And he also has Sadiq Bey on the over 4.5 boards, which I actually like. I saw my Sadiq Bey, I think I had 6 today. I took it out, actually, but it was in there earlier.
Yeah, Sadiq Bey over 4.5. I'd do that. What was the first one? Wendell Carter?
Wendell Carter for a double-double.
Double-double?
Plus 103 the odds on that one. This is his reasoning for the Sadiq Bey thing. Is anytime he's at an attack spot because it bounces from 5.5 to 4.5 throughout the season for Sadiq Bey in terms of like bets.
Yeah.
So 4.5 I think is easy.
4.5 is easy money, yeah. We do have a lot of big guys, though. You know, we added a lot of big guys that might take away from his rebounding, as well as a guy like Jaden Ivey, who's crafty, gets in there, uses athleticism to get rebounds. But I think 4.5 is a safe spot for him for sure.
Yeah. We have another topic we didn't get to, though, for the Detroit Pistons season. I know we did the season awards on NBA yesterday. Let's do it for the Detroit Pistons. Sus, I'm going to start with you. Give me your Rookie of the Year for the Detroit Pistons, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved, and MVP.
MVP, obviously Cade. Rookie of the Year, obviously Jaden Ivey. Those are the two that are most obvious. I'm going with, for Defensive Player of the Year, I wanted to go Killian or Jaden Ivey. Mm-hmm. I wanted to go one of those two because I just believe in Killian's defense. But it's got to be ultimately Beef Stew. Beef Stew's the guy. He's the guy that's been the center of this defense. He played great last year. He was the Pistons' best defender last year. So he will probably be the Pistons' Defensive Player of the Year this year. And then for Most Improved, again, it goes with the Pistons making the playoffs. Sadiq Bey. That's what I got. I like Killian, but for me, it's got to be Sadiq Bey. He's got to make the jump because now we're talking after this season extensions and all that.
JB, Detroit Pistons specific. Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved, and MVP.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, cool. Rookie of the Year definitely has to go to, of course, Ivy. Most Improved. Oh. K's going to take like a little step forward, but yeah, it's probably got to go to Bay on that one. Defensive Player of the Year, Duran for me. Like I said, I'm high on this dude. I really think he's going to be a starter. Hopefully he will be, and this should prove it with all the opportunities he's been given. And MVP, going on a long shot here. Give me Ivy.
Ooh.
Wow.
I like it. I like it. Yeah.
Spinny, where you at?
Rookie of the Year, Jaden Ivey. MVP, Cade Cunningham. I think Cade steps up. I think he has an all-star level season, and he's a big part of this team. And now, Defensive Player of the Year and Most Improved, I got Killian Hayes.
Killian Hayes?
Yeah,
for Defensive Player and Most Improved?
For Defensive Player
I'm not
and
mad
Most
at it.
Improved.
I like that,
I think
actually.
Killian Hayes steps up. I think he's a great defender. He's going to show that this year. I think he averages like a steal and a half a game.
Yeah.
Big numbers. I think he finishes top 5 in the NBA in steals per game. I expect him to play very well. And I think he's improved. He reworked his entire jump shot, so I think that gets a lot better. I can see him averaging like 11, 6, 4, or 11, 4, and 4, and a couple steals.
Rookie of the Year, Jaden Ivey. I don't know if the Cunningham was surprised. Everyone thinks I hate Ivy, but MVP, Cade Cunningham. I like your pick, Spinny. I would have stolen it had I thought that way, but Defensive Player of the Year, I got Nerlens Noel. Guy averages like a block and a half throughout his career. And then Most Improved, I actually have Isaiah Livers. Now, I think Killian could easily take the cake on that one, but Isaiah Livers, I think, although we may know about him and we seen him come on towards the end of the half last year, I think a lot of people will be caught by surprise, and I think he's really going to be an effort and energy guy on this team. Hopefully he gets healthy. We did have one more caller, and I'm going to get to him. Scott, make it quick for us. I want your Detroit Pistons. I see you waiting, man. I just didn't want to leave you hanging. Give us your Detroit Pistons pick for tonight.
Pistons win by 3, and a couple of comments on Mike's phone call in. Everything doesn't have to fall directly on Cade. I believe that leadership role should have to fall upon everybody on the team, not just Cade.
That's fair.
Yeah, I
think. And I've got MVP for both Ivy and Cade, but Most Improved is probably going to be Ivy or Beef Stew.
Beef Stew might be a good candidate too.
Beef Stew would be a good one.
I appreciate you hanging on the line there. I apologize for having you wait. We're going to close the show.
You're good, you guys.
Thank you, brother. Score tonight.
Beef Stew's a good one because
yeah.
Score tonight.
117 Magic, 108 Pistons. Me.
Pistons 112, Magic 105.
Okay. Sus.
Who? Pistons 113, Magic 107.
Bet. JB.
Whatever gets my parlay to hit. I'm over at 217, so.
Degenerate!
Hey, I think you got a good shot, man. I mean, young teams don't tend to play a lot of defense, and if we're doing that switching defense, then yeah, your parlay is definitely
hitting. Be a lot of points scored. But we appreciate you guys for tapping in on thewoodwardsports.com. Make sure you come check us out. You know we're here Monday through Friday from 5 to 7, only on woodwardsports.com. For the man to my left, the one, the only, Speak Easy.
Go Pistons.
Young Sus, a.k.a. Chris Platty and JB Smooth, holding it down in the booths. I am Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Go Pistons.
Go Pistons.
Peace.